I don't really be on social media like that.
That's what's up. I was off for 10 years before I started doing it.
Oh, really?
I swear.
Okay, so your question was?
Okay, the question is, can you be pro-black and date other races? Or better yet, take them serious, like and wife them and have kids and stuff?
Yes, you can. But that also comes from a place where who the person is that you're dating. You see what I mean? So if you're pro-black, so for instance, like, if an Asian person was to date a black person, right? Wouldn't you think they're pro-Asian?
I'm the real nigga, I'm the real gangster. I do that shit and I never know.
I don't know. I think it depends on that. I think they could be, but I think it's rare to see.
And why do you think that?
I think it's rare to see because usually when we got mixed couples, it's like we not gonna be too, especially, and it's different when it comes to foundational Black Americans. Like it's like when I see that, it's like don't be too pro black. You know what I'm saying? That might run them off.
No, that's why I said it depends on the person. Now, if you're gonna be pro-black and you're gonna still try to date outside your race or whatever, you gotta truly understand who that individual is and if they truly accept you for who you are. You see, because at the end of the day, when it comes to other races, you gotta know that black people have dealt with the most. Mm-hmm. Whether every race has dealt with
everybody
things.
Don't understand.
Everybody has dealt with things. Nobody comes without a black and whole. We all do, but we also have to understand the roots of some holes. So if that person can understand your root of it, they gonna ride with you. You see, other than that, then no, because that person doesn't see you for you and understand your struggle and why you are that. You see,
and so I argue, majority of them don't understand the foundational Black American struggle, and really, I feel like you even gotta test them. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the first time I'm saying this. I was dating a Dominican, and I was like, I was like watching movies. I was like, they ain't got no black characters in there. Change it. I'm watching Netflix or something. They ain't got no black characters in there. I want to see some black. I want to see some black actors.
I get that
and she kind of, I peeped it. Like, she kind of was like, I'm here. Like, I mean, I don't. Here, there no like.
Now that you said that, it's two levels of pro-black. Then, now that you put that out there, see, some pro-black can be petty. You see what I mean? Like, that was petty of you.
Okay,
you know what I mean? That was a petty pro-black of you. To be pro-black is to understand how you're lifting your people up, the things that you're willing to do to change your community, things like that. How you're willing to protect your women as well as yourself, your men, things of that nature. Now, when you take it down to the nitty-gritty and talk about your socks ain't black, then you petty as hell.
No, I ain't saying socks. I'm saying
no, I know, with
like if
characters and things like that. So that's what I mean. Like, that almost sounds like, what? Who cares?
And I get what you're saying, but for me, I don't think it's petty because I consider it like, okay, I'm with a white girl or a Dominican or any other race, Ethiopian, don't matter. And I'm like, okay, I want to go to this black business and I want to spend my money there. I don't want to go there because that's not my culture establishment. I want to go to this establishment. And if she gives me any inkling of like, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? If I'm supporting a black movie.
That. So now if you're, okay, and I get that too. Now with movies, like, it's kind of a little bit different to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because there's so many people that's going to show up in movies. You know what I mean? And you got to have that diversity of watching movies from different cultures anyways, being pro-black or not.
Yes.
So therefore,
it's
you already want to have that education from another culture anyways. Sometimes that's the only way we learn about other cultures, some people. But now when it comes down to supporting a black business, yes, you have to do that stuff, because they are like that with us.
Sense.
Other cultures are like that, Hispanics.
That's a mature perspective of you. Nobody never checked me on that.
Yeah.
Check. I stand corrected. Hey, I can stand corrected. I can say that.
And I like that too. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to when saying like, hey, I want to support this black business, that's when I say you got to see who you dealing with now. Now, if that person don't want to come support a black business, or whether it's a clothing line or jewelry or maybe just some simple soap, you got to watch them because that's them trying to keep us down. And because we're not going to do that to them. We're the biggest spenders. We may, as black people, be the poorest of the race, but we're the biggest spenders. We are the ones that keep every other brand going.
Yeah,
you know what I
'cause-
mean? And things of that nature.
Because they say, I guess, our money circles like one time and everybody else's money circles in their community 5, 10, 15 times.
See what I mean? So what you saying like, hey, I'm pro-black and this is where I stand with it. I will support my people. I'm gonna grow my people. If you're gonna come on this side, be ready for you either the struggle, the grow up, the knowledge, the strength that I have in me, because they can't come and just switch you up because then they don't make it who you are. That's what I'm saying. You can date a person, but that person will probably be phenomenal because they'll understand. But if they don't, that's just knowledge for you to understand like what you're dealing with. You know?
And I think just walking in to the situation, there's so many outside influences and programming that's going on that I think it's just gonna be so hard. I think that you kind
They
of
turning that into a bad thing for us. So I feel like when you say pro-black, so it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Now we know we're pro-black, but for some reason that's become like a wash thing to the world. You know what I mean? Oh, you're a pro. So we have to figure out another way to like kind of project that out and while educating people, because all they're stuck on pro-black, so nobody else matters. Like, no, that's not what we're saying. But no matter how many times you talk in circles around, they're not all they're gonna hear is pro-black. So I think that's why that has become such an issue, because no one is really educated and no one really wants to be educated, because it all comes from the world knowing what our people have done for them and what has been done to us. And until they're able to take like recognition and we can heal, like it's okay to say I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And not have your hands behind your back with a stone ready to throw right after. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, yeah, I really feel like you can, but I feel like it will not be the easiest. And I feel like it's gonna be very rare. Because those who say, oh, I'm pro-black and I'm dating someone, but then they're really not, because that someone could turn them from who they are. You know?
Exactly, yeah. So I appreciate your perspective.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. And yeah, I don't think she's want to shout out her social, so yeah, we can.
Shout out,
Oh,
hey babies, hello world, love God or live hell. You hear me? God got you, baby. We got to be pro-God. I love you.